everybody. Welcome to Uncle Dave's Brigade. Today I've got a group that you may have forgotten about. Cowsills, The Rain, the Park, and Other Things. Now, that song title may not sound familiar to you. You may know it by the verses sang. And I didn't realize that was the name of it either until I started listening to the song. So stick around, you old timers, especially. You will remember the song. So let's get to it. We'll talk about the Cowsills. And you're going to see them much later in their career. The song was popular in 1968, but this was done as a PBS special much, much, much later, probably in the early 2000s or late 90s. I didn't get a date on it. So let's get to it. And Shirley Jones introduces them, and I'll tell you why in just a few minutes. So let's get to the video. Here we go. Cowsills, The Rain, the Park, and Other Things. Hit like, subscribe, post notification bell, please.
Shirley, come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Cowsills.
Maestro of some rain.
Oh, that's a good start.
I saw her sitting in the rain, raindrops falling on her. She didn't seem to care. She sat there and smiled at me. And I knew she could make me happy. She had made me very happy.
Remember it now, guys?
Flowers everywhere. I love the flower girl. Oh, I don't know just why. She certainly caught my eye. I love the flower girl. She seemed so sweet and kind. She crept into my mind. To my mind. I knew I had to say hello. Hello, hello. She smiled up at me. Hello, how do you do? She took my hand and we walked through the park alone. And I knew she could make me happy. She had made me very happy. Flowers everywhere. I love the flower girl. Oh, I don't know just why. She certainly caught my eye. I love the flower girl. She seemed so sweet and kind. She crept into my mind. To my mind. Suddenly the sun broke through. See the sun. I turned around, she was gone. Where did she go? All I had left was one little flower in my hand. But I knew she had made me happy. She had made me very happy. Flowers everywhere. I love the flowers.
that song? Remember the group? Didn't last that super long, but they were the basis for the Partridge Family. That's why Shirley Jones introduced them, because originally Mom, Mrs. Cowsill, was part of the group, and she did wear the same little ruffled collars that Shirley Jones did on the Partridge Family. And but whenever they went to film, they were going to produce the TV show. The kids were too old to play the parts that they wanted to play. They wanted the kids to be small and little with the older teenagers. And already at that point, by the time the filming was going to be produced, um, the Cowsills were too old. So they went ahead and went with actors, and with Shirley Jones and David Cassidy being the only ones that actually did sing in the Partridge Family. But they were the basis for it. They're out of Rhode Island, and they started in 1965. It was six siblings originally, and Mom. And as time went on, as the younger ones got older, they kind of joined the group. It started out with just a couple of the boys, and they would play frat parties. They would play um, church groups, church dances, and school dances and stuff like that in the Rhode Island, in the upper Northeast area. And that's kind of how they got their start. And then eventually they got onto they met somebody that knew connections to get them on the Today Show, and then they got on the Today Show, and then some other local radio stations started playing their stuff, and then things started snowballing after that, and they were kind of falling into that clean, squeaky clean image that the Osmonds had and the Jackson Five had, and they filled the niche of the bubblegum pop rock era, and did quite well. They got another one out I'm going to do later on. It's Hair, if you remember that from the musical. They did a version of it, and they're all dressed in long wigs and kind of a goofy video. But I went back and forth on which one to do. I'll eventually do that one as well. But yeah, they were the original Partridge Family, and Shirley. That's why Shirley, Mrs. Cowsill, I guess, is no longer with us at this particular time, and a couple of the older siblings were not either. So we saw a clipped version of the family, but nevertheless, that was one of their big hits, and they had about 4 or 5 hits that did pretty well. So, and then they went their separate ways and came back for reunions, and this was a reunion. And I do believe this was a PBS special that they had appeared on. So that's a little bit about them. Go down memory lane if you remember them. Or if you have a comment or anything, hit down below, hit like, subscribe, post notification bell if you have a favorite song that they did, or anybody else for that matter. Put it down there and click the like button and subscribe button. Help Uncle Dave get to my first 1,000. I'm halfway there, so help me out to get up there. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Be nice to each other out there, and don't forget to be nice to yourself, okay? All right. Thanks for dropping by. Come back and see me.